Now, to some actual drama at Rock Center. It's no secret NBC News is in the tank for Kamala Harris. But now, by the way, that's the network that is running, that called Madison Square Garden, that event, a Nazi rally, and showed images of Nazis on their network. Anyway, the network accused of violating a federal equal time rule after Kamala's recent appearance on Saturday Night Live. Here to explain, Fox News contributor Joe Concha, former White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus. We'll start with you, Joe, on the issue of NBC. And my understanding is they might be offering other time to Donald Trump, but they certainly didn't invite him on Saturday Night Live.
Correct, Sean. So Donald Trump was not invited to go on Saturday Night Live. Lorne Michaels, the executive producer of that show for the last 50 years, said that he would not invite either candidate on. And then sure enough, there's Kamala Harris there last night. Donald Trump was not invited. It doesn't matter, actually, because not a lot of people watch that show anymore. The bottom line is, Sean, that Kamala Harris has nothing to run on. Even we're talking about, comedy shows. Can she run on the economy? No. Can she run on wages increasing? No. Can she run on the prices of food or gas or anything going down? No. Can she run on violent crime being reduced? No. Can she run on the border as her role as borders are? No. So how about the wars overseas? Or should boys compete against girls in youth and college sports? No. Donald Trump's message is clear: to remind voters of his record while in office, while Kamala Harris wants you to ignore her record in office, which continues to this day. She never says what she means. She never means what she says. She could go on Saturday Night Live and have that airtime, fine. It's not going to matter, quite frankly. Donald Trump is poised to win here because not only is Kamala Harris a profoundly horrible candidate, unions don't trust her, the Teamsters don't trust her, UAA, in terms of culinary, black voters, Hispanic voters, she does not have those votes there. I'm bullish on Trump right now. I don't care what happens on Saturday Night Live because, quite frankly, he is in position to win based on the conditions on the ground and the fact that Kamala Harris is not Joe Biden and not a very good candidate for that matter.
Reince Priebus, let's go to what I was discussing with Laura Trump for a minute here, and that is, in terms of early voting, Democrats clearly have a math problem. You can hear the vitriol now coming out of them: fascist, racist, Nazi, et cetera, et cetera. What's interesting to me, and Wisconsin, use Wisconsin maybe as an example of a lot of the swing states, they are not meeting the numbers that they would need to win. Their percentages are down, and percentages compared to Republicans are way down. What does that mean for a state like Wisconsin? Because to me, where I see Kamala right now, she needs to win all of the blue wall states for her to actually win this election. She seems to have one path left, in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with you. So for the viewers out there on that piece, and I'll get to Wisconsin in a second, barring a surprise in Georgia or North Carolina, basically what you got to look at is Donald Trump needs to win one of those three states: Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania. So things also look good in Nevada for Donald Trump. And let me explain what this is about, because we don't really spend any time talking about this. There are two buckets of votes that we always talk about. There's the early vote bucket, and then there is the election day bucket. The parties know exactly, once that early vote is done, who's left in that election day bucket to turn out. Traditionally, the Democrats have always beaten the Republicans on early vote. So traditionally, Republicans always have to do better, and they do always do better on Election Day. In fact, the Democrats hardly ever beat Republicans on Election Day in any of these battleground states. So the early vote is going so poorly for the Democrats, about 40% in Wisconsin. There has been a decrease in early vote by 40% in Wisconsin. What does that mean? It means that the Democrats actually now have to beat the Republicans by a greater percentage than they've ever beaten the Republicans in Wisconsin. It is very, very difficult for the Democrats to do that, and it's happening across the country. This is a big topic. It could take a long time to explain, but you guys get the picture.
We're going to watch it carefully. But for the 80 to 90 million people that haven't voted, assume your vote wins the election is the deciding vote. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.